Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Megan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what the fuck with these. I just found them at a gas station, so. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Boom, it's my Invase shirt. Which, if you're unfamiliar with the excellent music project Invase, which you may very well be, Invase is the one-man musical project from a guy named Ian Shearer, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I apologize to Mr. Ian, especially since he's been my Facebook friend for like a decade. But I mean, he's what the fuck, am I going to text him a thing and be like, hey Ian, how do you pronounce your last name? No, that's weird. He's going to think I'm trying to freaking stalk him and kill his family or something like that. No. But no, Ian is a super cool guy. I met him when he was the drummer for a band called Straight Line Stitch. And, ended up going over there, becoming Facebook friends with him. He's been an extremely cool guy in all the time that I've known him. And, though he doesn't tour, he's not in Straight Line Stitch anymore. Straight Line Stitch doesn't tour or do anything anymore. But, he goes over there and he still produces music under his project name Invase. I really enjoy their stuff. I've been a big fan of his ever since he started doing it. And I actually like it so much, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to include a link to his YouTube channel in the description box for this particular video, because I just think he's a really good dude, and I think more people should be listening to his stuff. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, this is going to be a review number 4 in a row, so I'm getting a little bit wacky, but on the plus side, this is the first one that's not a drink. So, what is it? Like I said, it's boom! It's Bit-O Honey with real honey and roasted almond bits, nutty little honey chews. Sure. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. It's ha 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 ha. Yes, okay, so aren't Bit-O Honeys, aren't those like that old-timey candy that sometimes you would get at Halloween from shitty people who couldn't be fucked to go over there and get actual candy? And if, by the way, if you're one of those people who gave out Bit-O Honeys, feel free to feel called out. But I guess they're trying to rebrand, be for a new edgy market. Sure, man, let's give it a go, I guess. I like things. I don't even hate Bit-O Honeys, if I'm being entirely honest. If they are what I think they are. It's been such a long time, I don't. These days, if I eat trick-or-treat candy, that's definitely what they are. They've definitely just tried to rebrand. If I'm eating Halloween candy, it's because I'm just eating the shit that I bought for kids. And, where I live, I don't really get a lot of trick-or-treaters, so typically speaking, I'm going to get a whole bunch of candy to myself. So that's how you win at life. Oh my god, this is exactly it. Looks like that. It smells. Is this a new item, or, well, we'll find out together. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exactly Bit-O Honey. That's exactly. I kind of figured when I saw the Bit-O Honey thing, my head was like, okay, it's like a new product from them or something like that, Sure, why not, I guess. They've only been around for 387 years. Might as well tag in with something new now. Nope. I think they just rebranded the packaging. Because that to me tastes exactly like a Bit-O Honey. I haven't had one in years, but There's no denying that taste. I mean, fundamentally, it's a caramel with sort of a supplemented sweetness from a little bit of a honey. So you get a little bit of an earthiness to it, along with a different type of sweetness. You still get the caramel sweetness, but you get that sort of very mild honey taste going through it. It's really kind of difficult to describe exactly what it adds to the caramel, because fundamentally, honey can't be that far away from what caramel is, basically. They're somewhat similar products. They do similar things. But whereas the caramel, sort of more of a richness, a darker kind of flavor, the honey a little bit earthier, a little bit lighter, and different kind of sweetness. It's nice. Now, when it comes to the almond aspect of it, I never thought of Bido honeys having almond in it, but now that's being pointed out to me. I have to admit, I can taste it. And maybe that's just a psychological thing, or maybe that's just me being an idiot and not thinking about it. But the thing is, very chewy. It's not, even though I say like there's nutty or there's roasted almond bits, it's not like you're getting chunks of almond in there or anything like that. However it's dispersed, it's very, very minimal. But there is definitely an impact, because it sort of ties into the nature of the honey, and that it gives it a little bit of an earthy kind of aspect to it. And it goes over there and it sort of gives it just a little bit more extra dimension. Like, as much as, yeah, even I made the joke, obviously, about, you know, Bido honeys being these things that not so great people hand out at Halloween. I'll be honest, like, I don't mind Bido honeys. Like, they're definitely an old-timey candy, you know, something that, like, maybe your grandma or something like would, you know, give it to you from her pocketbook. But I'll say this, if you got one from her, you wouldn't have a bad day. Like, they're nice. There's a reason why they've been around for 800 million years. All right. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure, if it wasn't for Halloween, and sure if it wasn't for Halloween. I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, this is a pretty good sized bag. This is going to last me a while. I'm not going to be wolfing these things down with a lot of regularity. But they are a nice little treat. I mean, caramels are good. There's no caramel, however you want to pronounce it. They're nice. And then it's just honey and nuts, you know? Those are nice things. They're flavors that work together well. There's nothing bad about them. It's just, again, if you're thinking Christmas, or not Christmas, if you're thinking, definitely don't give them to people for Christmas, you'll get your ass disowned. If you're thinking like Halloween, it's less that these suck and more just they're nowhere near as good as like a Twix or a Snickers. But just as like as a thing to have. You know, at the time I'm doing this, I'm 38 years old. I'm still a ways off from having any grandkids, especially since I don't have any kids. But you never know. These are something where, again, it's like, you know, me and grandson Billy are out at the pet store. I'm going to buy him a turtle or some shit. And he's like, Grandpa. And I'd be like, here, eat this. He'd be like, Grandpa, that's old-timey candy. He'd be like, just eat the damn thing. Get you a turtle, or we'll leave if you don't. That's the type of grandparent I would be, I guess. But I can see getting them every now and again. If I'm recommending them. I mean, you know, like I said, I think it's weird that they've done this weird rebrand at this stage of the game. But good on them, I guess. At the very least, it got me to go over there and buy one, you know? I definitely wouldn't have thought that I would have been reviewing some Bido honeys anytime ever. But rebrand aside, I do have to mention, again, they are just Bido honeys. You know, if you've had them before, you've had these. There's nothing new or fancy about them other than the packaging. But I will say that maybe in 2024, in the year of the hot honey, by the way, because hot honey is the money in 2024, why hasn't Bido, of all of the things that hot honey could have collaborated with, why have they not done it with Bido honey? Oh my God, I just went over there and made $897 billion for the Bido honey people. They're going to become a world corporation they just listen to me. I don't know. Look, Bit-O Honey, okay? I'm not saying you got to go over there and give me all of the 800 whatever I said $1 billion. There's profits, there's, costs and stuff. I'm not greedy like that. $1 billion. Yeah, you know what? $100 million. Come on. That's nothing. $100 million. That's all I'm saying. We'll work it out. We'll get the details down. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly buy proper candy-tastic rest of your life. Don't be that asshole on Halloween. It doesn't cost... Most places sell big bags of assortment candies. Don't go for the super duper cheap ones with the Smarties and the shit. Get one of the real ones. Come on now. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite old-timey candy? Because again, they're still out there, they exist. I mean, when I think of old-timey candies, it's hard to say, I like a Chunky Bar. In fact, I reviewed a Chunky Bar. Go watch that video if you're interested. That's an old-timey one. Hell, technically, even like Snickers and stuff like that are old-timey. They've been around a long time. But, those less, hell, even Smarties I'll kind of go with a little bit. I had a stepbrother for a couple years. He was one of those, he was a few years older than me. He was a little bit edgier than me, my 9-year-old self was. He was one of those kids who would go over there and take a spoon and break them up, and then he'd pretend like he was snorting them, and it'd be like, ha, 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 he does drugs. And then eventually, I understand, he hasn't been my stepbrother in a long time, but as I understand it, he did some jail time, so. But anyway, bye.